live show on a Tuesday night. Shout out to Grubb. Yeah, you're right. Grubb asked some really good questions today. New day in New Orleans. Joe Dumars introduces, I think I have this title right, Executive Vice President of Basketball Operations of the New Orleans Pelicans. So definitely a new day here in New Orleans. We're going to break it down. We're going to do the whole press conference. I think, Chaz, David Grubb will be joining the show. Is that correct? Or he will be calling in. So we'll get to talk to him for a little bit. At some point. Two at a time. This is probably one of my favorite comments. This is absolutely spot on. And for all of our audio listeners, Gail is basically the Cleveland Indians owner in Major League. If you haven't seen Major League, like Chris Connor, you should go watch that movie because
she was fine though.
Yeah.
First took away. Gas for this. Get your money's worth now.
Presented by the Scott Vicknair Injury Law Firm. You've been heard any kind of accident, car, truck, 18 wheeler, or heard offshore. Scott Vicknair. So I'll give him a call at 504-500-1111 for a free consultation. That was Fight for the Win, as always, powered by 40 Energy. Shout out Blue Moon. Drink responsibly. 21 or older.
John Deere. No one runs like a deer, man.
Runs like their special like button. Gonna be a fun show tonight. So we're gonna do a little quick recap of everyone's thoughts of the Joe Dumars presser, and then we will just watch it together as a community, and we're gonna give our thoughts, kind of like what we've done with David Griffin. Chaz, we'll start with you first. What were your initial thoughts of Joe Dumars? It's hard to mess up this type of pressers. I didn't think there were a lot of tough questions. I thought Grubb had some really good questions. Other than that, it wasn't really a lot of softball questions. But what are your thoughts, just real quick overall?
Yeah, I'm gonna start with this. I love my people. I'm a student of history. But I'll say this: when you see an older colored gentleman with that build, with this build in particular, right? With this build, with this Men's Warehouse suit, nothing good can come from it, right? Nothing good. When I hadn't seen Joe Dumars in a very long time. But when I saw Joe Dumars waddle onto that stage, I said, this man is here to retire. This man wants to sit on the porch and drink mint julep and eat fish sandwiches. That's all he wants to do is eat catfish sandwiches with bunny bread and drink mint julep. This is not on French, because they ain't from New Orleans. On regular bread and bun. Regular bread. Look, dog, when I saw that, I'm a astute observer, right? Bro, come on, man. Come on,
you're not happy with the outfit choice.
He got creases in his shoes. He didn't even put on his Sunday's best for this show. Look, come on, man. Like this is he looks like a principal.
Justin, so you're not happy with the outfit choice?
Bro.
He's not happy with the outfit choice. We could have gone something different.
He looks like the principal at the old Douglas. He looks like the principal at the old Douglas. Like, all right, come on, y'all, make a hole. Get into the class. Nothing good can come from this.
So Chaz is not a fan of the outfit. Chris, I know you haven't watched it, so you'll get your initial. Have you seen any of the presser?
I saw a couple of the early questions, and then I had to kind of dip. I saw a few of the highlights circulating, couple quotes, but nah, this will be in totality for my first time watching it.
Okay. And Lito, what about you? Did you watch it? You look thrilled.
I saw a Grubb question towards the end. That was
okay. Really so we'll get y'all's initial. We're gonna get live reaction from both of y'all. Chaz and I watched it. I thought he was fine. I agree with Chaz. He could dress a little better, but I thought he said all the right things. But there were a couple things I think we're gonna talk about here. Like, I didn't like the whole good people comment. Like, win fucking basketball games. Okay, I'm so over this. We got great people when they're not really great people, but that's neither here nor there. It's just like I liked that he. I think to your point, Chris, what you said a couple of days ago, I think he's bringing stability. I think he's bringing accountability. I think he's going to bring professionalism into the building. And the other thing I really did like was when he pointed up to the togetherness sign and just made fun of basically David Griffin right then and there. But yeah, let's Lito, let's pull up the press conference and we're gonna watch it live together.
God.
That.
All
right.
This suit.
Hold on.
Joe,
We
how
have
you doing?
audio. There we go.
This fucking suit.
Big time.
When you took this position, were there any operational edicts when you came in as far as retaining your head coach or having to trade players? Are those things on the table? Or do you have an opportunity to come in and assess the organization from top to bottom and make recommendations going forward?
What was the first part of the question?
Are there any operational edicts that you've come in with that mandates?
Yeah, no edicts. None whatsoever. I read that last week. I had a mandate. I was like, if I have, nobody's called me and told me that. Like, no, really, absolutely zero. When me and Mrs. Benson talked, she really just said what she said here. She said to me, she said, Joe, I would love to know what it feels like to win an NBA title. That was it. That was as
Stop it
close
right
to an edict as you.
Do you think Gail Benson said that?
No. No, I don't.
Remember, this is an owner that's never paid the luxury tax. Just one of two teams. The other team's Oklahoma City Thunder, who are doing it the right way as a small market. But she's going to tell you're telling me that Gail Benson, the owner of the Pelicans, who've never paid the luxury tax, one of the cheapest owners in the NBA, told Joe Dumars, I want to know what it feels like to win an NBA championship. Gail, you haven't won a playoff series. Let's win a playoff series first. Let's get to a Western Conference Finals before you start talking NBA championship.
I think she called Joe and asked him about a game of pinochle and maybe drinking some cool lemonade. And it just so happened that she had just fired David Griffin. And she was just like, hey, if you're not doing anything this year, I kind of have a job for you. You want to get paid to do nothing?
I think it's a better chance Gail was texting Shannon Sharp than she said anything about, because if you continue to watch Joe, right, he contradicts himself later in this. He's like, there's no goals, that's not what you do, that's not how you win. But you just said that the old woman told you that she want to, know what it's like to win a championship or what have you. I think, Nah, Joe. Cut the
Go ahead, Lou.
That is a bad suit too, by the way. That's
very bad suit.
That's a tailor's dream right there to be able to.
It's like when they let you home from prison, like let's say your great grandmother passes. Like, I gotta go to the funeral, and they're like, all right, we gotta get him a suit. So they, look at this, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Damn, man. Come on, man.
You would get, and so.
Hold on. I must say this. What's crazy?
He didn't say one more thing. Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, that was last season. I must say this. It's crazy that people have like all of these credentials and these things, and they get their intel wrong. I wonder what could that be about? Maybe credential doesn't mean anything. I don't never mind.
I intend to do just that, what you just said, was like get to like know people first. Because I don't know the culture inside the building. I don't know the people. I know some of the people. I know Willie. I know someone's going to ask me about the coach and Willie. I've been knowing Willie forever. Great man.
Hate it.
Stop it.
Hate it.
Can I go, Leo?
Go ahead.
I don't care that Willie Green's I don't care that Willie Green's a great man. He's a bad NBA head coach. That's what I care about. He's a bad NBA head coach. And the problem I have here with Joe, this is one of the problems I have, is like, I've known him my whole life. Does that make you an NBA head coach? Because you now know the executive vice president, you have known each other your whole life. So now you're an NBA head coach. That's my problem with this right here. Because I feel like there were no mandates or there's no agree. Clearly Joe had to keep Willie to start the year, and it's literally repeating itself because David Griffin, 2019, Gail hires him. He keeps Alvin Gentry. He retains Alvin Gentry as head coach. He has one more year left on his contract. They go into the season. They butt heads. He fires him in the offseason. Fast forward to 2025. Joe Dumars replaces David Griffin. Willie Green on the last year of his deal. He's going to retain Willie Green. What do you think's going to happen next? You're just wasting another year for no good reason.
Yeah. I mean, if anybody else wanted to comment before I play.
Nah, you good.
Common sense.
But Will and I, we haven't even sat down and talked yet. Hopefully today, hopefully later on this evening, if we.
So, let me ask y'all a question. I have not seen this. This is my first time watching this with y'all. So, do you believe that Joe got this job and he's known Willie for ages? He has not talked to him at all yet.
No.
It's funny because Chaz, to Chaz's point, he's going to contradict himself in a little bit, but go ahead, Chaz.
Also, he don't just give you corrupt preacher vibes. Like just that real corrupt preacher. Like I was at the church one time, motherfucker said somebody put a goddamn $5 in the goddamn collection plate. Now, this is a pastor, right? He said, I want y'all to take that $5 out and put the right amount in. I'm like, what the fuck is the right amount? That's the Joe Dumars vibe I get. He just real. Get out of here, Joe. Get out of here with that lie. Get out of here, Joe.
I think that the issue with this, and this is why I think Grubb, once we speak with him after we're done with this, he will be of a lot of help and assistance, because I think it's like cooking up like a steak or something and serving it like on a garbage can lid. I mean, at this point, it's tainted. Like my thought of this whole ordeal is kind of tainted. My first impression of it all, and all my thoughts. When Joe says in the beginning that, Gail had a discussion with him about winning the championship, but that was one of the first things she asked him, and the first thing I think of is like, no. The first thing she said, "Hey, you Mickey's boy, huh? Like they had one of those conversations."
She definitely said,
just, "This." Yeah, like
she definitely said, "Boy."
This is the issue. This is the issue, though, with how you present things. This is the issue with how when you don't put together a full process. By the time it's presented, no one is really taking it, in the manner or the serious nature in which you would like. Because the process wasn't genuine, or it wasn't perceived to be genuine from everything we've heard and seen. By the time you get here, it's hard to believe that even when he's telling the truth, because we look at it as he's an armchair. We look at it as he's someone that ownership picked.
Chris, by the way, you're
basically convey.
You're clipping out really bad. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, yeah, it's your mic.
It's your mic. You're just clipping. So sorry. Appreciate all the super chats, by the way, guys. See them. We will get to them at the end of the show. So appreciate all the super chats. Make sure you smash the like button. Once Chris fixes his mic, we'll be able to finish his thoughts. But go ahead, Lito.
We can catch up and have time, but we haven't even had a chance to sit down and talk yet, just because yesterday was my first day here, and so I haven't even really had a chance to do that yet. I'm slowly starting to do it now and like talk to everyone, but no mandate. Zero, nothing like that.
My name is Fletcher Mackle. Nice to meet you. I was going to ask you, we all hear rhetoric, and we've heard rhetoric for a long time. It's great, but how do you make that a reality? Are there any core principles that you can elaborate on as far as what you said from a culture perspective, or kind of non-negotiables, just for some more perspective and depth on maybe how you plan on doing it?
Yeah, just the standards that you set as an organization. Like you have to set standards, and you can't waver from those standards. They can't be like the first week of the season that here's the standard, and as the season goes on, things slowly start changing. That's.
I like this. This sounds like accountability to me. I gotta be honest. This is not something I'm really like familiar with hearing from this organization
Yeah, I think he's going to bring accountability. I really do. Like total opposite of David Griffin.
Hold on 1 second.
This is we gotta King McFly. There are positives and negatives. If you want to be all positive, go to Jake Madison Locked on Pels. He'll lie to your face the whole time. Okay. If you want to just be positive the whole time, go over there. This is going to be both. Okay. It's going to be both. Go, Lito.
If you want to diss me, you have to at least put some money in the collection plate, brother.
That's not championship.
Go to hell.
That's not contending. That's not elite basketball. That's not elite anything when you allow things to just slide. And so it's just setting standards early on, and then like you have to hold to that and hold everybody accountable to that. I think this, Fletcher, too. I think, and I had this conversation with Ms. Benson yesterday. Actually, we were talking about how you raise kids, right? And so but I think this is true about teams too. I can say anything I want to say. I can come in here and I can rattle off this, and this. But people have to see you live it every day. Like championship culture, like you're talking about being.
Hey, was that a shot at
Griff?
Yeah.
I don't think so, only because he, like Trey said, he didn't really answer the question. And he also, I think he kind of bullshitted his way through that, because he kind of said, and this is going to be a repeated offense. He never says what the goal is. Like, he never really answers a question or really answers what the goal is. What's your plans for Willie? Oh, I ain't talked to him yet. What you what you want to accomplish? Oh, or what standard you want to set? Oh, I'm not gonna really tell you because I gotta show and prove. Well, how I know you living up to the standard you set if I don't even know what the standard you said it was gonna be. Like
At least I like that he's not saying these ridiculous, like it's so
I
easy.
like that.
It's so easy. Like with Griff, you're like, yeah, we're looking for a championship, blah blah. Like I kind of appreciate that he's just he's there right now, and he hasn't like. Has he set goals? Like, I don't know. Like, he still probably hasn't met everybody in the building, so I understand it takes some time. But, like, yeah, everyone's gonna sit up there and be like, yeah, we want to win. We want to win a championship. Like, okay, like everyone wants to. So, like, I see what you're saying, Chaz, but like I just don't know like how.
I guess it's nice to hear in space. Like, obviously we can all think it and we know what you want to hear, but like to get up on a podium and not have somebody give you word salad and just speak in layman's terms, it is kind of refreshing.
I think as we continue, the point I keep coming back to with him saying these things and we're not really answering the question is that Joe Dumars is 61, 62 years old, right? He doesn't look to be fleet of foot. Right, he looks like an older, heavy-set gentleman. I can't imagine he's here 10 years from now, 7 years from now. You know what I'm saying? This isn't going to be a long-term process or project. So whatever you do, you existing in the short term. So I would love to give him the benefit of the doubt and say, well, about 7-8 years from now, we're going to see the fruits of the seeds he's planted culture-wise. But it's like, bro, you got about a year, like, to really get whatever you're gonna do rolling. And if you got Willie on the team, that's 1 year down the drain. But we go.
Let me Leo, you mind if I address, like Dustin asked, what would you have expected from him from an introductory press conference? I don't know if you caught it earlier. I thought he was fine in the presser. Like what he said was fine. The one thing that like I guess irked me a little bit was the Willie Green thing. Knowing him the whole time and this and that, like that just bothered me. But we'll keep breaking it down. Keep going, Leo.
Plan into June every year. I can assure you, Fletcher, that is not this. You're not going to be up one day. That like they have to see you come in like a rock every day, and they have to know we lost last night, we won last night. Doesn't matter. Like this organization. We're going to do things the right way, and we're not going to waver from that. And I think culture is that. is what you see every day when you come in. It can't fluctuate from day to day. It can't fluctuate from win to loss. That's what culture is, and that's how you get there. That's how you get to playing in June every year.
Hey, Joe, Doug Mouton.
Because I like that.
I like that. I like that answer a lot.
I like the passion that he has. Like I feel like when David Griffin was talking, it was all just like this scripted. I'm gonna throw big words at you and like not really talk about anything. Like at least I feel like Joe has a plan, and he's going to try to implement that plan. That's what I get.
You know, I'm gonna say this. Look, I don't know how it's gonna go. I mean, I wasn't in favor of the hire. You know, I've said that on Twitter. I will say this again. It's refreshing. I guess you said David Griffin would have get up there and say a whole lot of words. It's refreshing to have somebody from the area who knows how to speak to people in the area. This feels just like just a conversation between you and I. Like if you was on the phone, I'm asking you a question. Like he just like, look, there is no like. You know, Gail Benson asked him about winning the championship. He shortstop, like we not there yet. You know what I'm saying? We got to create a culture first.
Do you have a relationship with Zion Williamson now? And what are your impressions of him?
That's Ali
overall
with the question.
at this point?
No, it's Doug Mouton.
At the league office, I've had to talk to Zion a few times. So I do have a relationship with Zion that started
So can we stop
in
it
my
there?
role at the league office. I won't go into those.
What are y'all's thoughts?
Talk about them deformed freaks I was talking about the other day.
I know, but I feel like it was like it's not really
Shit,
it's not really,
respectfully.
it's not really a laughing. Like, is it like? Is it a laughing matter that your star player has?
Yeah, look, I'm sure he didn't talk to everybody who had any type of incidents in the league. I'm sure he talked to Jai, talked to Ant, talked to what's the dude, man? The dude. Jeremy Sohan, probably talked to Jeremy Sohan. Probably talked to everybody. Wemby, not that Wemby had, after Britney Spears shit, probably talked to Wemby. I don't think it's nothing that significant.
Okay.
I don't know if it's necessarily like if I haven't seen this thing obviously, but was Zion here?
No.
So
Nah, he was
from what I understand, it was Jose and I think another player and Willie.
CJ.
So
I don't know.
If Zion was to see this, I don't necessarily know if he would laugh at this part of it.
Right.
But it also could have been a nervous laugh. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you what, again, he ain't lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't lie.
Conversations there, but we've talked since then, and I've talked to Zion since I became EVP here, and we had exceptional conversations on the phone. Actually, I've talked to every player. Willie and I talked 5 minutes, Willie, on the phone, something like that.
All right, so let's stop it. This is okay.
Hold on, that's our first lie. We could get a lie. A lie.
Can we do a lie tracker?
A lie counter.
Counter. Sorry, because that is to me, Lito. I'm glad that's the first one. That's what I was talking about, where he contradicts himself because he says he's never talked to Willie, and now it's like, hey, Willie, we talked for like 5 minutes. It's like, okay,
maybe he meant in person at the press conference.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was just thinking about that, Chaz. But Lito also, or Chris, I want to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts on him talking to every player already?
Boy, Lala,
that's fantastic.
Lala is the best in this business.
Wow.
It's not even Bar none.
That's special. Wow. That's good.
That's crazy, yo.
Am I breaking up? Am I clear?
You're good.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think first of all, it's impressive. If it's the truth, it's impressive that he spoke to every single player. I mean, how often have we heard about how hard it is to get in contact with certain guys on the team? And I mean, shit, it might be a couple of days where I got somebody calling me, I'm not answering the phone. I guess it's different when it's your new executive or boss per se, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting that was done, and I mean, I'm curious. Did he call Bruce Brown? Like, did he call like impending free agents too? Like, did he?
Bruce is on Twitter,
but
Bruce is talking about going back to Denver. I saw that, but he's like,
he's making his rounds. He's making his rounds. He's doing the political thing. Most directors or executives will probably do before they eventually trade you or release you or down the line anyway. So, but shout out to Lala, man. That's fantastic. He always knows
on the fly too, like on the fly with it.
Go ahead.
Talk for a couple of minutes on the phone. But I've talked to every player. I called every player.
Oh, never mind. We're good. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Willie. Some of the players talk for a couple minutes on the phone. That's fine. Go ahead.
Each one of them individually. So
hold on. I missed it. He's saying he talked to each player.
Okay, yeah. So actually, that brings up a question I wanted to ask y'all. Since he's talked to every player, and like I know there's no like correct answer here. Do you think he asked certain players about what they think about Willie Green in those conversations?
No.
Nope.
And why would he not ask that, Lito? Why would or Chris? Chris, go ahead.
Lito.
Okay, we'll go Lito then Chris. Lito, why do you think he's not asked?
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
No, I'm not. I don't think he would have. I doubt that he would have been direct in asking what you think about Willie Green, but I assume that he asked more broad questions that lacked like detail. Like, are you happy here? How do you, how's your time been in New Orleans? What do you think about the organization? Almost like some of the questions that you would ask during an exit interview, like a private exit interview. I assume was some of the things he did in welcoming, himself, trying to, get to know him, what you're working on, blah, blah. And, the injured players, the DeJounte, hey, how's the Achilles? How's the, those kind of things.
Yeah.
But, I mean, for him to straight up ask, like, if Joe Dumars, if I was the player and Joe Dumars called me and asked me what I thought about Willie Green, like, that's the most police shit you could probably ask me at that point in time. Like, I would be wondering, like, if the line was tapped.
Yeah.
But you would think he's gonna have to. You think he's gonna have to. You think he's gonna have to ask those questions sooner?
I don't think
later.
So,
you don't think so?
I don't
Not
think
over the phone. Not over the phone.
My thing though is if you were looking to replace the head coach, and like I don't think with Willie being there, like he's coming back. But like if you were going to replace the head coach, I would think you would want to ask that question sooner rather than later.
Shout out to my dog Tennessee. This is the absolute answer. He.
No, wait, hold up. Is it he or is it ownership?
I think they're aligned.
Because ownership's like, I'll give you a job for 4 or 5 years if you accept Willie Green as your head coach in year one. I'm sure he's like, yeah, sounds good.
But y'all know how this gonna go, right? Y'all know this Alvin Gentry all over again, huh?
I just like literally. Yeah, said that. Like it's literally the exact blueprint. Alvin Gentry had 1 year left on his contract. Willie Green has 1 year left on his contract.
You know that for sure?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm actually like.
No, I'm just asking. No, I'm serious because I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you don't like the public doesn't know. Because they don't announce
the
things. Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you smash the like button. Oh, look at that. Yo, who? X, he beat you to it. X, he beat you to it. Yeah, it's the same blueprint. Same blueprint. Go ahead, Lito.
I was just gonna say, man, I don't know. I don't
think, run it, but go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was go.
No, I don't want to talk anymore, Justin. Fuck you, man.
That was kind of a dick comment. I'm sorry.
Shout and make sure that I touch these guys and let them know. Let's go.
What?
It's time. It's time here in New Orleans.
Hey, Joe. Aaron.
What he doing? What he said he was doing? Excuse me?
We thought the nightmare was over.
Excuse me?
I thought hurricane season was over.
Whoa. I don't know if. Hold on, man. I don't know.
I thank the Lord. I thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man.
I don't know if Joe got the memo.
We ain't no motherfucking freaks. We some family men. We getting it paper. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. What up,
All right,
Lauren? What up, baby? All
Can
right,
can y'all run it back?
We got
you
to
want to hear that? You want to hear
You
that?
want to
freak
hear
ass
it? I
shit
feel like
again?
we should.
All right, hold up.
Make sure that I touch,
I didn't hear it.
touch these guys and let them know.
One more.
No.
Hey man, look, I mean,
You wanna do
y'all
one
wanted
more?
somebody that was hands
You wanna do
on,
one
bro.
more? Chris,
What?
stop.
We ain't no motherfucking freaks. We some family men. We getting it paper. Know what I'm talking about?
I said the man was a corrupt preacher. That's how Gail roll. Y'all know Gail get down. Hey, do the math.
Shout out Henri. Shout out Henri in the background said Gentry had 2 years left.
Shout out to Henri, man.
2 years left. Stat, dude, we have BKM stat guy. We got Henri as a stat guy. So shout out to you, Henri.
Yeah, man.
Good, Lito. Intern for the summer.
How Henri? How did you get that information? Like, where did you find that at?
We can Henri, go ahead. You're live.
Chat GPT.
Only here, baby. You get the AI. Hey, listen, this is the best place to get your New Orleans basketball content, your football content. I mean, it's just the best podcast overall. I mean, you got Henri who working in the summer, and he already like breaking barriers. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever blurred the fourth wall. He just literally just broke the fourth wall. That's what we do, man.
Let's go. It's time. It's time here in New Orleans.
Hey, Joe, Aaron Summers here. I work for the team, so I'll be seeing a lot of you, but you've had a couple stops since your couple championships. What have you gained from your time with the Kings in the league office that you're going to bring into your approach this time around?
So what's been good about that is it's great because I had to deal with all 30 teams every day. I mean, like it was nonstop. And so in the course of my position at the league office, what you end up seeing is how every single team runs their business. And for me, it was great to just pick up, because you can pick up something from every organization. And so what I tried to do is pick up best practices from every organization out there. I dealt with every organization. I saw how each person, each team dealt with certain issues. And I just, I
This was really interesting, and I don't know what I haven't seen this. I don't know what else he would say that is all interesting, but I just from like an intellectual perspective, I like this answer. Especially if it wasn't scripted, he wasn't prepared, and this was the actual answer given. It sounds like a logical, smart thing for somebody that's in his shoes to say and to feel, whether his plan was to eventually come back to this kind of role or not.
I like the concept of this answer because if it works out, it's great. Because he kind of like he does kind of have the blueprint on how all these organizations are ran. He's got a little bit of a head start in that aspect because he can see, what has worked for certain teams versus like what the average fan or even if the average media person, like they don't have 100% behind the scenes intel like he did in this aspect. So I really do think I'm with Chris. It's a good answer, and I just hope that he continues to use that to his advantage if there is an advantage that he has coming into this.
For Lauren, the first lie, you only got one lie. It's not bad. We're what, 8.5 in. One lie was
that's crazy, Justin. That's crazy. That's hold on one second, Justin. I don't know what's happening right now, but
We ain't no motherfucking freaks. We some family men. We getting it paper. Know what I'm talking about?
Chris's face. Okay, good. The lie was he said he had not talked to Willie Green, and then when they're asked about Zion or the players, how he's talked to Zion, he said that he talked to Willie Green for 5 minutes. I don't know if it was on the phone or not, but he did say he talked to Willie. He said he didn't talk to Willie, and then he said he talked to Willie for 5 minutes. So that was the lie. Go ahead. I mean, my bad, Chung. Go ahead, Lito.
Hey, but listen, at the same time, this answer could be a lie. This answer could very well.
I mean, everything could be a lie. Where's the second lie? This is the second lie?
He lied about the no mandates.
Oh, okay. Right. Right.
He just said that. So go ahead, Lita.
Follow that away as I was, doing my job every day. And it was good. It was good to, it's good to get thoughts from besides just your small circle. It's good to see what everyone else does on a daily basis. And I think that was great.
Hey, Joe, Schmidt Dua here. You're inheriting a team that just had the second worst season in franchise history. Your starting point guard is going to miss some time to start the season next year. Just what are the goals for coming into next season? Are you trying to push this team back into the playoffs, or is there perhaps a longer, more patient approach there?
So you build a culture where every game your team thinks that you can win every game. That you never walk on the court and think there's no chance for us to win. And so when you do that, the results will come from that. But to put something on the wall right here and now and say, well, we want to do this, right? That doesn't matter what you put on the wall. It's what you build on the ground first. So my focus will be just what we're building here. And as we build that, the results will come from that. And so you won't hear me make any predictions about we're going to do this. You don't do that.
Because I know Chaz hates the answer. I actually like the answer.
Whoa.
Okay, go.
Well, hold on. Because again, this is my first time hearing it. When he just shoot that?
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Chris, by the way, you're clipping again. I don't know.
I can't do nothing about it. It is what it is now.
It is what it is. Fuck it. We'll do it live. That was definitely shot. Well, that's what I'm saying. He points at the wall. I'm pretty sure the sign says it's the togetherness on the wall right there. So he points at it. But go ahead, Chaz.
First, I don't like the idea. Again, Joe Dumars is a 61, 62-year-old black man. If he don't know how to do nothing else, he know how to survive, right? Joe Dumars is full of shit. He's full of shit. Like he hasn't answered a single question. To say that you don't have any goals, right? I have nothing to hold you again. Like I have no standard to hold you to, right? And he keeps doubling down on the fact that, well, I'm just going with the flow, hey, like that's not something, it's not something admirable. Right? That's not something like, well, all of that goal shit, we're here to beat people's asses. I didn't like that. No, I didn't dislike the fact that Griff said that. I dislike the fact that you never did it. Right? The fact that you're saying, well, I want my team to think we have a chance to win every game. That's not the same as saying I want this team to be in position to win any game or to have a real opportunity to win every game. Because the Charlotte Hornets think they can win every game. But they fucking trash. Like, you know what I'm saying? This again, he's speaking as if he's 42 or 32. This man, I don't see this being a 10-year project. So, yeah, I guess you can instill a culture quickly, but how you going to do that with Willie Green at the helm? How you going to do that with the same ownership? Sense. Like, people are saying, well, what do you want him to say? He's not going to talk a lot. Like, so I don't know what the fuck people think. Like, well, he can't get out here and spill all the beans. Like, first of all, he don't like he spilled no beans. Like, eat all the motherfuckers. Firstly, secondly, when do you expect to hear from this man? Like, he's not gonna be doing a weekly like broadcast telling you how things are going. Like, it's just not gonna happen. And the fact that he knows he has a relationship with all the teams, but all the teams have a relationship with him, and every front office in the NBA thought this was a bad decision. Maybe not necessarily because of him, because to me, I don't care if it's Joe Dumars. It could be anybody, right? How this was done looks terrible. And the optics around the league are saying the same thing. I wish them all the success, but this is another this is benign neglect. I'm not going to promise anything, so you can't get angry at me when I don't deliver.
It's fair.
What this is.
That's definitely fair, Chaz.
Chaz, let me ask you something. If you were Joe Dumars, like literally in the state that Joe Dumars is right now, everything that you said about age, about where his career is right now, all things considered, how would you have answered that particular question in regards to this team's future and your your goal? What would your goal be as Joe Dumars? Not as you, but as Joe.
As Joe Dumars, looking at the how I would have answered the question was this. As I look at the goals, obviously we have significant salary cap issues and payroll issues, right? But we also got a lot of quality talent on this roster. Need to evaluate guys' injury situations to see, when guys are returning, see what the level of buy-in is. Obviously, last season, we were devastated by injuries, but also we left a lot of money on the floor in situations that we could have done better in. So I just want to get a grasp on guys' buy-in, what the philosophy is with team building moving forward, and we'll go from there. Now, I think with the money on this team, I'm speaking of Joe Dumars, you're in a situation where you have to attempt to compete. You have to compete. You just gave Trey Murphy all this money. Herb just got some money. Jose got some money. Zion got money. You know what I'm saying? You're in a situation where you can't tear it down. And I'm 62 years old. I'm not trying to go through no extended rebuild, which may last 6-7 motherfucking years. Like, God, I hope he got 6-7 more years, in him, but I'm just hope we all do. But it's just like, come on, man. Like, let's cut the shit, Joe.
Go ahead, Leo.
That's not what winning is. Like, you can go to any winning team, NFL, NBA, wherever, all 30 NBA teams. The really, really good teams, you'll never see them talking about that. What they will talk about is what we do every day, what we do every single day to be great. And I think that more than anything else is what we want to do here. We want to build every day on just being great every day.
What is that? What is that?
What you said?
I hate when I hear anyone speak like that, and they talk about culture, and they use those kind of words like doing what it takes to be great every day, and so on and so forth. Like, I'm curious, like, what does that look like from Joe's position? You know what I'm saying? It's not like, not as a coach, not as a player. Those perspectives are different. What does doing what it takes to be great look like from Joe Dumars' position as an executive of basketball operations? Like, I wish we would have, and I don't know if we do, but it's not sounding like it. I wish we got a chance to, we can see his thoughts about the details of what that looks like day to day.
I feel you, because as a Hall of Famer who's won, he's won playing, he's won as an executive already. You would think that he would, obviously he's got some grail in what it is that he's preaching. I kind of wish so far, like, it's just been surface level. I kind of wish he would have expounded on some things. Like, I obviously know he's not going to roll out 100-point plan at an introductory press conference, but like you would, it's kind of like Trump running for president, and you like, yo, so what's the plan here? And you're like, I'm not telling you unless you elect me. It's like, well, how I'm supposed to know, like, exactly what I'm trying to balance this shit to figure out, like, who I want to vote for.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Justin.
No, I was just gonna be like, because I'm seeing some of the comments. They're like, "Well, damn, it's only day one and blah blah blah." Like, but I see both sides. Like what Chaz and Leo says is just not wrong either.
Man, there ain't no motherfucking day one. This motherfucker been hired for what? It's been well over a week now, right? Well over a week now.
He's been hired for 4 weeks.
Yeah, and secondly, he's had the job in the bag for quite some time. It's not fucking day one. He just knows he really don't have a ground to stand on. Like, what could he really come out and say and lean in which direction? The man supposedly has his mandate, so he can't be like, well, we about to go out here and win. And and he's smart enough to know that, well, if I trade Zion, I really got to tear all this shit down. But he knows he can't come out there and say, yeah, we're going to go out and rebuild. We're going to trade everybody and we're going to rebuild, because he probably ain't got 4-5 years at the helm of this team. So that's why it just looks stupid. Like, the whole thing just sounds stupid.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
I had another question. You became a senior executive at a very young age. And now there's been about a decade since you oversaw your own team. Just another personal question. There's only 30 of these jobs. To get an opportunity like this again, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but does it make you feel 20 years younger? Do you feel invigorated to maybe have this opportunity, knowing that these jobs are very rare?
I don't feel 20 years younger, but but Fletcher, I have a great appreciation for these positions. You'll never hear me bash anybody in this position. As we move forward and work together and stuff, you'll hear me talk about, man, Griff did some good stuff here, man. Griff did some nice stuff. He got some nice pieces here. It's a hard job. I mean, this is a really, really hard job. I mean, you're in that glass box every day. And every day you got to make decisions and you got to walk the walk. And it's not easy to do these jobs. So I have a great appreciation for these positions and for everyone that does these positions. I'm super impressed. And to your question, directly to your question, yeah, grateful for it. But as I said, I was completely content and happy walking home every evening in New York after work and wasn't looking, but like.
This is the biggest lie of the fucking show. And before I expound, I'm gonna let him finish his statement. This was the biggest lie of the show. And let him expound. Well, I'm finished.
I said, when certain situations come, you just know, man. I said it again, right place, right city, right people.
Let's update that lie counter. Oh, all right.
It did.
Oh,
I'm waiting on him to say one line. I'm trying to see if it's in this particular statement.
All right.
This is one I was like, this is the one I will. This is the one I'll do.
Fuck it, we're going live. Fuck it, we going live.
Hold up, Chaz. Before you say that.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. He smoked that shit when he did do it live. Really was a bad motherfucker.
Killed it.
Yeah,
Smash the like button, by the way. But go ahead.
No, first of all, brother, stop acting like you had this just array of options and everybody was trying to beat down Joe Dumars' door. Like, man, we need Smoking Joe in the building.
Well, it's them in Sacramento.
Yeah, but again, another shitty organization, right? That he may or may not seriously have been in contention for, right? This sounds ridiculous. Look, make him. Then this man talking about, yeah, I used to love walking. He don't walk nowhere. Firstly, talking about the building was on the 20th floor. Can you imagine Joe Dumars, the elevator being broke, and Joe Dumars walking up 19 flights of fucking stairs? Hell no. This man came to New Orleans to retire. How is it the right time, right place, right situation? You have an off-injured superstar. Right people. You have an off-injured freaky superstar. You got a starting point guard who's under contract for a number of years with a torn Achilles. Your best shooter is 33 years old. Your second best player and shooter just had a crazy shoulder injury. One of your all NBA defenders, he got a crazy shoulder injury. You're in cap hell, right? The last guy traded all of your second round picks. You have this quote unquote mandate to keep this terrible head coach. Like, this don't make no sense at all. How is this the perfect situation compared to what? Not having a fucking job at all? This man is lying. This man is crazy.
I don't like for the positive people. We want to be positive.
People.
No, I'm just saying.
Nobody talking about them weird ass people.
Chaz. I'm just saying. How do you disagree with what he just said?
Man,
I don't know how you can possibly disagree with what Chaz just said.
Them people, them fucking base heads. I ain't worried about them people. I'm talking about this man is like this is ridiculous. This man is insane. Like, and the people buying this are crazy. Like this come on, man. Come on, man. This man, come on, man. Come on, man. This is fucking nuts.
My bad.
This is nuts, bro. Like, come on, bro.
I do have questions about, like, I wanted to ask y'all the question back. Like, why? Okay, so you're in New York, you have a great life, like you're in the Mecca, right? Like everything is at your disposal. You obviously have a great salary. You doing something you enjoy doing. why is it that this job was a job that made you be like, I can't pass up this opportunity? Like, what is it about this particular job? Do you think he was just like, I'm
more money,
free money,
more money?
Look, I got partners who engineers and all kinds of shit. If they hire me to go work at Shell tomorrow, and like, we're gonna give you $350,000. Yeah. I don't care if you're not qualified. I'm taking the job. I don't give a fuck. Y'all just gotta move. I just hope y'all ain't got no gas house. You know, hope y'all got an electric house or something. I'm taking a job. That's on y'all. I'm taking this money. I'm taking the money. You can get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack. You can get yourself together and get your mind back.
See the problem? Hold up. The problem now that all of y'all figured out how to upload these videos, right? There are copyright strikes on all of these videos. So Lala and I, after the show, are gonna have to fucking edit this shit out because
I don't think nobody owns that song.
Money.
I don't think nobody owns that song.
No,
that's an original.
2750.
Oh, now Jarrell, I'm gonna have to give Jarrell some money. Jarrell brought a lot of wellness to this show.
Shout out my dog L, man.
My bad, Leo. Go ahead.
No. I wanted to say shout out to L. I honestly, I said this when McNamara was up here. Dog, I'm not trying to police people's fandom. If you believe he's gonna do a good job, like, I don't have a problem with that. I don't want you to stop being a fan. I'm not gonna tell you stop watching the team. Like, bro, to be honest, we all really hope he does a good job. Like, we truly do hope he does a good job. Because I mean, for one, like, we got a pod about every game, and this past season was miserable. It was like one of the worst basketball seasons of my life. I don't never want to go through that again. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm so glad you said Lito, because people don't understand that. People, y'all miserable about it. Nah, we just tell the truth. We just tell the truth.
I be telling Justin got to stop listening to what people say, because people insane. People insane. People got all type of alcoholism, fetal bursts, and people insane. You gotta know. Sometimes you just gotta know who you're dealing with. People. I told you these people be the Whitakers. Y'all go the Whitakers.
What's up, Dutch?
Just because he's lying don't mean he won't do a good job.
We'll stop the press conference. Can we get get Grubb in the room? Is he calling? We doing the invite link? What we got?
Yeah, we had to do the invite link. Oh shit, Justin, what you did to the?
that's not me. That's not me.
Oh.
Give me a second. All right, I'm posting this right now.
Just
all right, Grubb.
750.
Oh, Joe, if you in the stream, Joe, go ahead and call in, Joe, brother. Because it's not about you. Joe could be anybody. This is more about ownership, huh?
Oh, Joe Dumars.
Yeah, Joe Dumars. yeah, Joe Dumars. Yeah,
shit. I wonder if Grubb is a realist.
Joe said he got an iPhone now.
Good time for ads right now. Blue Moon. Shout out Blue Moon 4D Energy. Right here. 4D right there. What's that Lakers score? Jesus, 25-10.
Oh, okay.
How you think Joe would have handled that Anthony Edwards fine when he was talking to the fans? How you think he would have?
There it is.
I think we took his money.
They
took Ant money.
What's up, Grubb?
What up, Grubb?
The legend.
How you doing, brother?
Thanks for joining.
Oh man, you know it's love.
Yo, Grubb, tell us about your new show, brother. Tell us about your new venture. Can you hear me, Grubb?
Yeah. Thank y'all. You know, I'm getting old these days. Hold up, can y'all hear me? I can hear
you.
We
hear you. It was like a little lag.
We got a little delay, but we can hear you.
Okay, I started a podcast with a fan arch called. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Called Pelicans Daily. So that's on YouTube every day, Monday through Friday. Go 20, 30 minutes. And I'm still going to be doing some long form interviews. Me and Chris talked today about doing some things this off season. And of course, I got relationships with you guys, and I'm sure Lito will be on again. He and
For
I have done
sure.
a couple of things together in the past. So it's exciting. And the big thing is, I got to give a shout out to y'all because today after the press conference, Chris hit me up, Chaz hit me up, Five hit me up. And, y'all have always been constant supporters of what I do and how I do what I do. And, I think it's certainly difficult trying to hold down the space with this franchise and ask intelligent questions to hold people accountable and to get to the heart of this. This is a basketball thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is about. It's about basketball. It's not about our individual feelings. It's not about a lot of other things. It's about getting to the heart of the answers on this is going to be a winning franchise or not. And that's the way I try to keep it. And I appreciate that y'all have always platformed me. Though there's nothing for y'all to gain by doing that, y'all have always talked me up and pointed people in my direction. So I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate your fan base.
It ain't. I just like to say it ain't even a talk you up thing. It's like you literally just cold at what you do, and we just want to give you your flowers. And for the fact of the matter is, like, you just fucking keep it real. You go in there, you ask the questions. You know what I'm saying? Like you every time I talk to you, and whether we texting or whether we talking on a podcast or we whatever, you know what I'm saying? Every time I see you, every time I hear you talk, you always you never switch up, and you just do a great job. So like, if we can't give you light, then nobody deserves light.
I appreciate that, man. For us, humbling, and I take that with all the respect that I can give in return.
Brother Grubb, so initially, you had the first question, I believe, at the press conference, and you set it off fire right away. Did you get the answer that you anticipated?
I got the answer that I anticipated because I think the whole point was you weren't going to get details today.
Right.
But what I wanted to establish was the baseline. He had to answer. If the answer is there are no mandates, and this is him, these are his decisions. Okay. So we know who to hold accountable then for everything that happens going forward. You said there were no mandates, and Gail Benson said, do whatever you need to do to make this team win. So when you don't do something, or when something works, for the praise and the blame, it's at one man's feet because he took that responsibility today. And that's all I wanted was a baseline, because I didn't expect a lot of details, not as fast as this process was done. But in that one moment, I wanted to be able to, when we meet with him in a month, the summer league, or the first day, media day when we come back in the fall, everything that happens, Joe Dumars can't say that it's on anybody else but him after what he said today.
That's an excellent.
Hey, Grubb, they saying turn your mic up a little bit.
All right, let me see.
So I think we all had kind of, I wouldn't even say mixed reactions. I think we all generally believe that, I feel like a lot of word games were played today. Joe Dumars, even doing this a long time. Slick.
Chaz, Grubb, I have a question for you. And shout out to everything you do, man. I really appreciate all of your work, and even when you come in the chat and talk back and forth with us, like, I respect the hell out of your basketball IQ and the way you see the game. We see the game the same way, so I appreciate you. I wanted to ask you though. We talked about the mandates and this and that. I had no mandates. Why do you think Dumars is sticking with Willie Green?
It's a great question.
That feels like a mandate. Right? Just because you said it's not. We're going to hold these things accountable, but how could you, if you didn't have the time to allow this man who said today, again, we have to go by what he said. He hasn't even taken a full assessment of the organization, which you couldn't do externally anyway. But typically through the interview process, and this is just what we've all experienced on the jobs that we take in life. If you go to an executive level position, and I'm sure just you saw the same thing when you interviewed as a basketball coach. When you come in, even if you don't know the players on the roster, when you come in, they say, if we ask you to do this in 3 years, if our goal is to win a championship in 3 years, Just preemptively, just from the outside, what would you do to get us from A to Z, right? Or if you, from the outside, if you say you've had an overhead view of all 30 organizations, that right? That was, again, something that he said today. I've seen all 30 organizations up front and personal. I've seen behind the curtains. I know the best practices. Well, shouldn't you already know then? And again, this is not an indictment. This is just to say what I'm going to be looking for in the future in your assessments. If you come in and you say you've seen all these things, and shouldn't you also know what the worst practices are? Shouldn't you also be ahead of the curve on what's failing around the league and know where teams are making those mistakes, even though you're not an official place to do anything about those? If you're coming in from the outside, if you saw the Pelicans year 2, year 3, year 4, all these years that you've been in New York City and you watched them fail, then there should be some understanding of how they got to this failure too. If you've been talking with Gail Benson year after year at the league meetings and building this relationship, then I should have some idea of where the failures are. Yes, I need to get on the ground floor and assess these things and talk to people in the room and get some feedback. And there was something that Chris said earlier that we should talk about. But when you're telling me that you've done these assessments from a distance too, then I think you should come in and know some of these people need to go. That some of these people, it's not going to be some long conversations. And if you're saddling me with the head coach, and let's remember this, Joe Dumars went through 9 head coaches in 14 years.
Flip Saunders, everybody. Yep.
Dang, I did not know
that. 1 and a third years. The average coach lasted 1 and a third years with Joe Dumars in Detroit.
Bro.
So if we're talking about this, we have to use history too to tell us about the future. And the history says that Joe Dumars and coaches don't have a long history together. And if we're talking about these are ultimate choices, if you're saying we're staying with Zion, I'm with you on that. If you want to stay with Zion, I'm good. But that means you got to win a championship in 2 years. You got 2-3 years tops to win a championship. If you say we're rebuilding, I'm with you there. Okay, you want to rebuild. Why am I sticking with this coach who went through 4 years for me to start over and rebuild?
Well, Grubb, I got one more thing. One more question for you. Because you just answered that beautifully. So explain to me the process here now where you just hired David Griffin in 2019, right? You had Alvin Gentry. You retained the old head coach when you came in. You then fired him the next year. Fast forward to 2025. Fired David Griffin. You bring in Joe Dumars. You retain Willie Green. And what do you think happens next year? Why waste another year of this when the data is there, whether you like him or not? He can't take this team to another level. Why waste another year? Why is ownership thinking, let's just go through? Are they being cheap? They don't want to pay him out? Like, what do you think?
It's my firm belief that this franchise, quite honestly, the person that I've compared Gail Benson to, and I stand by this, and I don't say this as what she goes on in her personal life. I'm not going to touch that. But what I say is this: the Pelicans are the Clippers. Like, that's where you are. You are the Clippers from 1980 to 2000. Because remember, if you look at the Clippers from 1980 to 2000, horrible winning percentage overall. Got multiple number 1 picks in that time. A lot of top 5, top 7 picks. Ended up in the playoffs every now and then. You know, you had the team with Ron Harper, Mark Jackson, and that group, Olden Polynice, Kenny Norman. They made the playoffs, broke them up. Mike Dunleavy comes along, gets them into the playoffs, break them up. You band them up, finally get to Chris Paul, and then you have to get past the owner to have some success, but still a franchise that's never been past the second round. What are you talking about with the Pelicans? 23 years, 9 playoff appearances, only 2 playoff series wins. You're trying to stay profitable. That's what this is about to me, is that you're trying to, and you know that the best way to be profitable is to be 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, because you're doing it across the street with your Saints. If you're 9 and 8, they're quite happy on their line drive right now, because that's good enough to compete in a bad division, and you're right there for the playoffs every year. And as long as you beat the Falcons twice a year, you can go 9 and 8, and they'll be fine with it, because they get that one playoff check and they're good. And if the Pelicans every year can be 6, 7, 8, maybe in the play-in, you go into the play-in, you get a play-in check, you get a postseason check, and you call it a day. And if you get more than that, then that's gravy. We won already. But it's not really about winning a championship, because organizations that win championships, and I've done this timeline math in your timeline before, they win them fast. Good organizations win fast because they set a standard and they go out and do it.
Grubb, can you answer this question real quick before you get to Chris and Lito? What's Grubb's YouTube? Can you please tell them where to find you?
Pelicans Daily. Just type in Pelicans Daily and it'll pop up.
With David Grubb. Appreciate it. Chris, Lito.
I think Chris had a go ahead, Chris.
What's going on, brother? Grubb, let me ask you something, man. I mean, in regards to Willie Green returning for another year, there are some out here that believe Willie Green is even a good coach in this league. What do you think? What do you think those that think he's a good coach seeing him? What are some of the strengths that maybe you noticed that maybe we're not privy to, or some strengths that you would acknowledge that Willie Green possesses, if any?
And I think his strengths are all intangible, and that's the problem. You know what I mean? Like his strengths are communication, and I don't know who I told this joke to. I think it was Five, but Five was messaging me today, and I said Willie Green is like the manager how many of y'all ever waited tables? I waited tables for a while. He's that manager on a Friday night when the kitchen is going down. You know, the wait staff is kind of bugging and people might quit, but you get through the shift. And that's what the first year for Willie was, the 36-46 season, was everything was about to go down. You made the trade, you bring in CJ, you salvage the season, you get into the playoffs, you got to fight, you win enough, you get into the postseason, and you lose in 6, and everybody's happy. You get out of that shift, and everybody's like, man, we made it. I got my tips. Nobody got shot tonight. All right, good night at Waffle House. But you don't make that person the GM. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't run the restaurant every night because they got you through one bad Friday. And all the things that, like making the schedule, setting up payroll, getting the food orders, all those things in, Willie can't do those things well. You know, the tangibles, where you talk about after timeouts, whether you talk about strategy going into the fourth quarter, whether you talk winning against the Eastern Conference, that part right there, that to me is a huge indictment, because all the times Pelicans fans have said, well, we should be in the East. If we were in the East, we'd be winning. Well, Willie Green has a losing record against the East in 3 out of 4 seasons. 3 out of 4 seasons, you had a losing record against the East. Okay? And it's not a close losing record. You're winning like 42% of your games against the East. So if you can't compete against the rank and file of the East, then how are you going to compete against the best of the West? And so that's what I think that this team is under Willie Green, is that you get no competitive advantage. When you walk out on the court, you're not saying this is an offensive genius. You're not saying this is a defensive genius. You're not saying this is a strategic genius. He's not an after timeout genius. He's not a road genius. He's not a home genius. Your home record is crappy too. For 4 years, you've been a mediocre home team. So where are you getting an advantage by having Willie Green? And if I don't have any advantage by hiring you, then what are you here for? I could have anyone, literally anyone, sitting in that lead chair and get the same results with a healthy Pelicans team.
That is very depressing. Those were some very depressing stats. Like nothing against you, because you're not obviously coaching, but just the fact that people still think Willie Green is a good coach. They got 2 questions in the chat, Grubb. I'm just asking to you. Shout out to Mrs. Hunter. She wanted to know, can Joe not help Willie at all? What's up, Justin?
No, because I saw this question too, and
help him do what?
Miss Hunter, you're like, that's not Joe's.
What?
Yeah, like that's Willie's job. Like this,
I can't make you a better coach.
Yeah, like and that's the issue.
Help you do what?
I had one question.
You do what?
I wanted to ask Grubb, because this is something that I was like kind of grappling with, especially watching the press conference. Joe Dumars is 61 or 62 years old, right?
He'll be 62 in like 2 weeks.
All right, so he's 62. That's round up, right?
Or like a month. Yeah, I think it's a month. Yeah.
So, and I've heard you speak about this as well. It's like, well, if you trade Zion, you're looking at a full traditional teardown. Everybody making big money has to go. Joe Dumars being 62 years old, no, he didn't necessarily make any type of promises about being competitive in the short term. And him being that age, I can't imagine that he sees this as a long-term rebuilding project. And nor do I think ownership wants that. So I think worst case scenario, they attempt to thread the needle. And we all know how that always ends up. So do you believe that Joe Dumars, like, he would even be open to a long-term potential rebuild, or is this just something that maybe design trade rumors were overstated? Maybe the talk of tearing it down could have been overstated. And if you got Willie Green, you don't want him for short-term success or long-term success. That's why the whole thing just seems so confusing. What's your assessment on the goals with this organization?
Like, I think ultimately it doesn't matter how good a person or how talented Joe Dumars is if you have an organizational failure. And I think that's the thing, is if you don't have alignment from top to bottom, then this can't work. It doesn't matter who the players are, who the people are. You know, you can change all the participants you want. The game is broken. And it starts with the ownership. What are their goals? And if Gail Benson, even if that's what she said, if she came out and said, I would love to know what it's like to win an NBA championship, that's still not good enough, is it? Because the owners that you want the insane owner. You want the Lakers who come in. You want the type of ownership group that comes in and says the only thing we accept here is championships. It wouldn't be lovely to know what a championship. That's the shit that you and I say.
Right.
I love, as the average person on the street, I would love to know what it's like to be an NBA champion. I would love to hold that trophy up myself. Absolutely. But as an owner, I have a chance to actually make that happen. I have the financial resources, I have the team, I have the position in order to actually do something about that. So it's no longer I would love. It's like we talk about in life. We see people all the time talk about manifesting. Well, you're not manifesting it if you're saying it'd be great, it'd be cool. Because would you accept that again across the street? If the head coach of the Saints came in and said, I'd love to win a Super Bowl. It would be really nice if we won a Super Bowl. Would Saints fans accept that? So why are you accepting that from the owner, the same person who owns the other team? Why is it like I think it's only reasonable that Joe Dumars came in and did not set a goal, but it's clear that if you came in here, is the goal to get to, like, for fans, and that's all that really matters, because they're going to vote more and more with their dollars in a tough economy, right? In a tough economy, people making more hard choices. And I'm not choosing bad entertainment. It's why people ain't going to the movie theaters right now, because they're tired of seeing the same thing. You got to give them Sinners if you want them to go to the box office. Something special and different. And I'm not getting special and different from the Pelicans. I got a lot of same, which was fine. I would say they made the layup today. That was the basic job of completion is what they did today. But it wasn't a slam dunk. It wasn't something that made you walk away and be like, I got to see Joe Dumars' mixtape after this. You thought Joe Dumars is a solid Division II player. You know what I'm saying? After today, he's a kid who you don't mind having on your roster. But nobody sold you today. Nobody sold anybody.
That dude good. Hey, Grubb, one last question from me. Based on like what you saw today, based on what you saw today, or what you know from Joe Dumars from present and past, does this move empower Bryson? And do you is Joe, in the sense how he operates, would he be a micromanager like Griff?
I don't see him as a micromanager. What I think he is going to put, like, I get the impression he's going to put people in a position to do their jobs. But is he in position to do his? That's the question. Is he truly empowered to make decisions? To me, if we don't, and I don't think that was answered today, I don't think we got that feeling. I think what everybody's waiting for is a shoe to drop. And certainly by the lottery, a shoe has to drop. Because once you know where your pick is, all right, all bets are off. Are you all in with Zion Williamson, or are you out? Are you all in with Willie Green, or are you out? If you want to drag this out with Willie, I'm fine. Okay, all right. But when you're ready to cut this cord, let's go ahead and cut it. Let's not have Willie prove that he's not the head coach. Because again, what does that achieve? If you're going to do something eventually, let's do it today. And I think that's the thing, is Joe Dumars in an actual position to make the change. It's fine to be the change candidate. That's fine. But if you walk in and you put the same people in around you in your cabinet as were there before, you're going to get the same results.
That's good.
Ooh, that's a hell of a question.
Fire question at the bottom. There, Grubb.
Shout out to Trump.
I would say my relationship stays somewhat healthy because I think that they view me as somebody who's critical but fair. That's how I operate. I think that since I came onto the scene really and kind of got my first, it wasn't easy at first. I think that they were antagonistic towards me when I first had Hard in the Paint. Going back to WODT, there were times when it was rough between me and the front office because I think that they thought that I wasn't being fair. But I've been consistent, and I think that's the big thing for me. I can't speak on anybody else because I don't think there's no such thing as fair as far as we get treated. Like you get treated as you get treated, and you can't really impact that for other people, unfortunately. But for me, and I know I've had my hard times, and I know that there have been times when they didn't want me around as much. But over the last few years in particular, I think I've earned, particularly amongst the coaches, their respect through my questions, and I think that has helped me. But yeah, I don't think everybody in there loves to see my face. But it was real interesting this year, especially towards the end of the Griffin experience, where he started coming up to me a lot more, shaking my hand, calling me Brother Grubb. I had never heard that before. But Griff was real comfortable talking to me at the end. I don't know if he thought maybe I would say something nice, but I don't change. I mean, I have never changed, and that's what I just try to remain as consistent.
Damn. Grab your
Chaz,
awesome,
what you
man.
think about
Brother
What
Grubb?
you think about Griff? Yeah,
Hey man,
Griff
you know
getting,
I don't like all
friendly
that
with
yo
Grubb.
shit. I think Griff had on a wire. You know what I'm saying? Griff.
Yo,
Like,
yo,
what?
yo,
Yo,
my brother.
Word to the mother. Like, nah, Griff, get out of here.
Yeah, I don't think.
But
I don't think so,
it's like with
Brandon.
Chris. It's like something that Chris said earlier when Chris was talking about how, when Joe calls the players, you're not going to ask directly then if Willie should get fired.
Right.
that part of it.
Right.
I agree with that. I don't think you would ask directly. What you try to do if you're a smart manager is you ask them questions that lead people to tell you what you want to tell them. Like, hey, how do you feel the strategy was this year? Do you think you got enough shots? Who didn't get enough shots? Where did we fail as an organization? You're asking roundabout. Everybody knows who you asking about, but you're trying to give everybody plausible deniability. You don't want nobody to feel like they were the rat. So you got to give folks the room to say what they need to say. And I think Joe is going to do that. Again, it depends on does he have the power to act afterwards. But I think he's playing the long game with some of these players. And some of them, I mean, look, if I'm calling Brandon Boston, the only thing I'm telling him is do your rehab and keep working on your game. You don't have no influence. You know what I mean? That's a very different conversation with CJ McCollum than it is with Brandon Boston.
No, that's the last question I have for you, Grubb. And if you can't answer it, I understand, right? And I keep going back to this because I'm like, look, man, it's a 62-year-old brother. New York is expensive. There's only so many teams in the league. You get to your older years, you just want to relax. Just want to. You want to just be comfortable, right? Ain't too many places more comfortable, the way you can stretch your millions or stretch your dollar if you got millions than New Orleans. Low expectations. You got a relationship with ownership. You supposedly have these mandates in place. Do you think we could be making more of Joe Dumars' ambition? I'm gonna use the word ambition than maybe we should be, because in my opinion, I think Joe came here to retire. I think Joe came here to do his job, not make any waves, stay on the porch and eat catfish sandwiches and golf and chill. Like, I don't want no trouble. I think that's what Joe came here to do. What's your assessment? Do you think Joe is more ambitious than I'm giving him credit for?
I would say he's more ambitious, but I would say, again, I look to history for examples for things. And again, you don't have to go far to find your example. What is another time in this city where a team went and reached into the past to find a former champion to bring him out of retirement and say, hey, do something wild, do what you want, and see if we can get a winner? Mike Ditka, right? Mike Ditka had been out of coaching for how long? before he comes back and stands on. It'd been like a decade he had been out of coaching before he came back and stood on the sidelines in New Orleans. And you're trying to recapture a feeling, right? The Chicago Bears in 1985 were as much a feeling as they were a team. The bad boy Pistons and the Pistons in 2004 is that whole ethos of we built something where nobody thought we could. New Orleans is that kind of image around the country that you ain't supposed to win here. And I think there's an appeal to Joe's ego in that. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying, you've been out of the game. Folks might have said you lost your fastball, and you watching these cats, and you're like, man, I still got enough throws. I can strike out a few more hitters. I can do this one more time. I can I can get my Satchel Paige on, show these young folks that I still got something in the gut. And I think that appealed to him. And to have Gail say, and I'm sure she was very flowery, I think you can do it, Joe. I think you can do it. I think you can come in here and fix this thing. And you sit back and you Joe Dumars and you be like, maybe I can fix this. I can do this. I can do this. They got Zion Williamson. I can do this. I can do this. I can do this.
You can win, Jesse.
Jumping in the checkbook. I can do it. I can do it. And you go text your wife, and your wife says, look, if you gonna do it, you better do it now.
Do it
We
now.
ain't doing it when you're 70, Joe.
Do it
We
now.
ain't coming back to this when you're 70. I got places I want to go. Dubai is I don't know how long Dubai gonna be here. It might be Dubai. So I want to Dubai. Before it's all Dubai. So those things got to get done today. You want your kids to remember, hey, kids, I can run a team. Y'all old enough to see me run this team. Man. Like those things, I think play into it. Yeah, I'm not saying he can't do it, but I'm saying play into it to somebody's ego goes a long way.
Grubb, I got to ask you another question. Do you think there are going to be any changes in the front office? One more thing.
I think there will be additions. I don't think Swin is going anywhere because I think she's a public relations boost for them. I don't know what she does, and I'm not saying that to insult her, but I don't know what she does. Do y'all know what she does? I don't know. She got a promotion. I still don't know what her job is, but she's been good for them. So, as far as that goes, so why get rid of her? And Bryson has done the heavy lifting when it comes to drafting, and they haven't had failures there, so why get rid of him? The thing is, if you're Joe, you do want people that you trust, and I think he's going to look back. He already lost Scott Perry, who went over to the Kings, but I think he'll look for some other people who he's familiar with and bring them in to bolster his arguments. When you go across and have to go talk to Mickey and Dennis, you need some people who are going to say, Joe is really right. Joe is right. We were Joe on this one. So you need some of those other folks, especially when you start asking for some money or to eat some money.
Lord.
Like those two things, you need some more people in the building. Bryson can't do that for you. You know what I'm saying? He's homegrown. He ain't going to do that. And I don't think that's Swin's role. So, I would say, yeah, there will be more people in the front office. I think the biggest things is you'd like to see, how does he address this coaching staff for Willie? If Willie's going to be around, what does he do with that? Because I don't see some of these guys wanting to stay. And then I would say also, do you have more people to start getting on the business operations for this franchise?
Man,
is it a foregone conclusion that Willie's back, Grubb, or is
I think it's 99.9 right now is what we thought thinking. But I would say this. It was kind of telling that Willie was with his people when it was over. Willie was with the coaches and Jose. CJ left as soon as it was over. CJ didn't hang around, and I'm just saying CJ for him. I think this is like, hey, I'm going into the last year of my deal. Y'all figure this out. I'm fine, whatever, but y'all figure this out. But I understood why Jose was around because, again, Jose, and I don't say this negatively, but Jose is going to be around for everything. If there's something to show up for, Jose will be there. He's going to do that. But I thought it was telling that Willie was around the coaches and was there, and Joe was off introducing himself to other people. I think that Joe is still trying to make sure before you attach your name to anybody, you're not going to go down on somebody else's terms. So if you Joe Dumars, you're going to at least give the appearance that you evaluated Willie on your own.
Man.
What other coaches were there, Grubb?
Well, what you thinking?
I don't think Borrego was there. The assistants were there, but I don't think Borrego was there.
What did you say, Chris? Hey, some people here, no cover charge. They showing up that motherfucker 7 p.m. They in there. Hey, can Can I carry your CDs? Can I carry your CDs into the building?
I mean, if you're Jose, that's how you got here, right? You got here by showing up for everything. You showed up for every practice. You was there for everything. If that's Jose, that's how you got to the NBA, and you got 1 year and a player option left. Hey man, I ain't not showing up.
I say this all the time. I say, look, sometimes you just gotta survive, man. Sometimes you just gotta survive.
When you 5'10" in a big man's league,
you gotta
show
survive,
up, man. You show up.
Yeah. Damn, we got 276 people in here. Make sure you smash the like button. Once again, Grubb, can you tell the fans where they can find you on YouTube?
Yeah. Pelicans Daily. You can also check thebirdrights.com, of course, and I'm on Blue Sky and Instagram and what's the name of that thing? TikTok. Yeah.
I do think it's telling that the two worst ran organizations in the NBA, arguably sports, being the Sacramento Kings and the New Orleans Pelicans, made their decisions the exact same way with the exact same circle of people within the exact same number of hours and days, and that Draymond Green, the ultimate instigator, the ultimate villain, says, "Oh, I love this for both teams." Because you don't want no competition in the West, Draymond. You know what you're doing, Dre. You know what you're doing, Dre. But it's just interesting, man. It's very interesting.
It's interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting. That's
y'all
what
y'all got anything else?
Man.
Nah, man. Just follow Grubb, man. Make
Shout
sure
out to Grubb, man.
Follow Grubb.
Man, I appreciate y'all again, man. Thank y'all so much for having me, and keep doing what y'all do.
No doubt.
Appreciate you, Grubb. David Grubb, that was awesome, man.
That was incredible.
So, are y'all gonna finish the rest of the press? Y'all want to get to super chats? I gotta probably bounce here in the next 10 minutes.
We can get super chats. Talk to the people.
Let's do super chats. Yeah. We'll go super chats first.
We made it through 8 minutes.
I think we heard more than enough.
Yeah.
On the real.
IMX, member for 2 months on a serious note. What are the odds that Griff was holding Willie back?
From
None,
what?
brother. None, brother. If anything, Willie might have been holding Griff back a little bit, like I drafted, some of these motherfuckers.
Boris, appreciate you, man. The best podcast in talking Pels basketball. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, Boris.
Samuel 5 Pieces said that said this on your quick recap, Justin, but I think they're keeping Willie Green for beginning of the year. Griff and Willie both had a couple years left to pay. Yeah, Sam, that's you're probably spot on with that. I was thinking, it's easy to Willie Green going into this year's last year of his deal. He gets off to a bad start. Simply easy to fire him right then and there, and call it a wrap. But it's just do it now. Just do it. I think the first, I was talking to my buddy today, the first 4 or 5 game fan of the show, by the way, the fan of the show, the first 4 or 5 game win or losing streak, they're gonna fire Willie Green. He thinks that's short of a leash.
I don't know, man. I think Gail, some of the things she said where she's affording Joe every, resource available. And I think we're also presuming that Joe wants to fire Willie Green. He might like Willie Green. He might, he say he knew Willie Green since Cooley High and all that. And Joe ain't never really hired no hellified coaches to me. You look at his high coach, he don't got great taste in coaches. Larry Brown, he was inherited more or less, if I'm not mistaken. And Larry Brown was trying to get out there. So I don't. Shit.
Ashley Ron McDonald of Healthcare, appreciate the super chat. Pelicans Saints Umbrellas religious organization, first in sports franchise, second. Willie Green 0-40 trailing in the fourth quarter. Plus has lost the locker room. Google Willie G/Joe D. Quotation mark Christian faith.
Amen.
Hey, they don't. I'll tell you this much: they don't like those type of stats. They don't like those type of stats. We got fans up here, Chris.
I don't like them neither, motherfucker.
Okay. Do y'all want to bring some fans on?
Yeah, why not? Show the people love, man.
Let's go.
What's
up, Mark?
Welcome
Mark.
to the show.
What up, y'all? Mark,
what up, Mark? How you doing, brother?
Love the shirt.
Nice
man.
shirt.
Good shirt.
For sure.
Man. So look, I'm gonna get straight to it. Joe Dumars at home eating a hot dog on his couch, probably drinking a beverage, having a nice time. the Pelicans call. From nobody even asked them to call. They're like, hey, you want to come be the big man over here? I mean, we got a bag for you and everything. Come on down. Of course he's gonna take the job. Joe Dumars has to take the job, right? You can't get mad at Joe Dumars for coming down and taking the job.
Right.
But I can't be mad at the organization. Why even call that man? How many other teams were calling Joe Dumars? I'd love to see his call list and his emails.
Marcus been reported it was one. One other is the Sacramento Kings. So
Sacramento Kings, that's not fucking impressive.
Yeah.
They don't have too much motion either.
Hey,
no, they don't.
You said
And
it,
Mark, your thought process is spot on, man. So I just want to shout you out, man. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for always watching, man. You're always welcome on the show, brother. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you, Mark.
Super.
Okay, time out.
I don't know if this is a real person. Is that a real person?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Justin,
how you say that name?
Super Dumar Diddy.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
They pay me to read the names. Yes. Super Dumar Diddy. STD.
What's up? What's up, fellas?
Excuse me?
How we doing?
Wait, hold on, Soup. Hold on 1 second, Soup. What's
his name?
Justin,
his initials are SDD. It's just Super Dumar Diddy. STD, go ahead, man. Welcome to the show.
What's up, fellas? Love the work we doing, man. Y'all be putting in the work overnight. I'm talking about 24 hours, bro. I respect it. I love it, bro. I be scrolling sometimes, looking for something to watch. Who always pops up live? The boys. So shout out to y'all first. I really just got like 3 or 4 things quick. I'll touch on like either y'all could just respond after. The first one, Chaz, you said he looked like he where'd you say his suit was from?
Men's Warehouse.
Nah, but that's some Joseph A. Bank type.
Joseph A. Bank. That's what you're thinking.
I don't know. That might be too quality. That might be too. Yeah. But that's some Joseph A. Bank right there on the commercials. Number 2, y'all are all right. First, that's kind of 2-part. One, I sent a super chat earlier. I hope y'all get to him. But I couldn't be. I'm not gonna go too far, but I couldn't be as vile and rude as I want. For any of the people that come on here and get mad at y'all about being so negative and stuff, like, can y'all go play in traffic on I-10? I know the perfect actor to tell you to. I know, like, can y'all go off Crowder or Chef or something and play on the interstate real quick? I just want to see what happened real quick.
See how it goes.
Are y'all serious, bro? Like, I don't get these people that don't want our teams to be criticized when they're like bad. Like, I get it if we're good and you're like nitpicking, but like, bro, we're awful. And it's like LSU fans too. The same thing. It's like y'all don't that really irks me. Like, I don't want y'all as a fan of my organization if that's how you act. Like, oh, we can't criticize them. Like, like, no, fuck all that shit.
Real.
And then,
go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, that's real.
That shit really pisses me off when people come in here and start like telling y'all like, oh, y'all too negative. Y'all got nothing nice to say. What is there nice to say when your team is 22 and fucking 60? What is there good to say? Like, what is there good to say? That is awful. There should be nothing positive ever spoken. It should only be conversations about how to fix the shit.
Real.
So what are y'all getting in here talking about? And if you don't want that type of content, get the fuck off of this page. Get out of here. He told you they got Jake Madison. He called him out. They told if you're LSU fucking person like that, go to Locked On LSU, watch Matt Moscona. We don't fucking want you. We want realists. This is a realist show. People who deal in reality. Get the fuck out of here, bro. That shit really pisses me off, bro. And I don't even do this show. Fuck. And y'all, there's a couple shows that are realists that are the best in the state. I'm a quick shout out, y'all. Chris on y'all show too for the Saints side. The Boot Tragedies, Hold the Mayo, and if you're an LSU baseball person for baseball, Musso at the Box. Other than that, all this shit is some bullshit, dog shit, just fed. I feel like they're plants from the organization. They get shit from the organization to feed us. To be like, because we know this team is all about profit. They ain't about winning. The Pelicans more than the Saints. But I mean, it's the Saints too. They're all about profit. So you don't think they're going to fucking pay some of these motherfuckers to spread this bullshit?
That's a great point.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm just
saying.
I just want
I know
you
it's
to,
a little. It's a little conspiracy, but it's not. Like, the last thing I gotta say is, if y'all have some of Grubb's real information, I truly have worked in this organization in the building. That's why I come on here in a fake account for 2 years, not high up, but not super low. I want to get the fuck out of here. I really do. I've over the past few years, I've really taken a liking to what the fuck I've seen like people like him do, and I want to be connected. I'll work for him, paid or unpaid. I have enough side hustle that I make money there. Get me the fuck out of here, bro. It's some bullshit. I'm serious.
Hey, look, DM us, whoever you, me, Chris, whoever. Just like I could, we'll get you a job.
Yeah, ain't no snitches over here, bro. So you
Hey,
good.
for real, man. Appreciate all the
How do I
support.
DM y'all real quick before I get out of here?
What you on Twitter? What you on? What platform you
on? Instagram.
Oh, you can DM us on Instagram.
Yeah, just DM BKM. Blue Crew Media.
BKM. Yep.
All right, got y'all.
All right, brother.
Sorry to take up so much of your time.
Oh, nah, bro. We appreciate it.
Listen, we're for the fans. For the fans, man.
That shit has to be
Appreciate
said.
you.
I'm tired of fuckers, sick individuals coming on here getting mad at y'all. They're truly sick. Look at the
Jim
team.
Mora.
Good night, y'all. Have a good one.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you. I just want you to know that shit's gonna be clipped up, Justin. We have to clip that part up because he got to cook.
That man speaking of God.
But Justin, Justin, let me ask you a question real quick. What's your favorite Chief Keef song?
Young prospect, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
What you got, man?
Hey, yo.
I got you, Chris.
Y'all can hear me?
Prospect? Yeah, we hear you.
Fine.
All right, well, first, I just wanted to give y'all a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all been holding it down all year. I want to shout out some of my people in the chat. My boy Cole, 504 boy, 504 DO for Lauren, freaky ass Chung. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been helping me stay sane, bro. Cause y'all know the situation. I wanted to crash out one time. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all help keeping me sane. And one thing I want to know when y'all doing cause I heard Justin mention somebody like a couple pods ago say something about a fan show. I just wanted the details on that.
We're gonna do awards. I need to talk to the panel. And we got to do some different categories, but we'll have like fan of the year, moment of the year, Chaz had an incredible rant, and stuff like that. I don't know when it's going to be, prospect, but I'm hoping the next month. I got to do a couple things on my other jobs, and then maybe I can focus back here. But I always appreciate you, bro. Thanks for all the support, man. There's so many people. We don't mention all y'all, but like there's so many people that support the show, and we really appreciate y'all for real.
For real.
And look, I'm letting y'all know if next season go this season, I'm protesting, bro. Y'all better not leave me hanging, bro. If I gotta go protest,
you know what? Hey, Lala, can we get the lie detector up one for prospect? Because you know what you did last year, a couple of months ago. You said you were gonna go fucking, outside of your job.
Yeah, you did say that.
Protest, and you.
I did. I think
he said he got fired for doing that. I think he said he got fired for doing that.
I tried to pull a whole inside job, bro. You better go back and check the episodes. I told you I got hired in the Benson Towers, bro. Somebody had ratted me out, bro. I was there like 2-3 months.
There it is.
You said you could learn the system and run that motherfucker.
Oh, La, come on, La, bro. Come on, La, dog. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that.
Show. How do you hate the show?
Dang, La. I thought we were cool, bro.
Damn. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate your prospect.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy, man.
Say, brother. Before we get to the super chat, I also wanted to say something to Mrs. Hunter because I think I understand what she was saying earlier. I think, truthfully, Mrs. Hunter, I think Willie Green is too far gone, and Willie Green is an arrogant motherfucker. Like Willie Green is not some constructive criticism taking guy. I think the day Joe Dumars tried to go to Willie Green and give him some advice, that's when you're gonna see Joe Dumars and Willie Green fall out because Willie Green is an arrogant motherfucker. So I don't think Joe Dumars could do much to help him or instruct him truthfully. We can get back to our super chat.
Yeah. Can't wait to share the text message that I just received in the group chat. DJ Trauma Gaming, $5. Appreciate you. These individuals that don't want anyone to criticize these dog shit teams, can y'all get lost? Go play on I-10. Please, y'all have lost. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Look, we're not teaching you how to fan. You can fan how you want to fan. It's your right, and we're never going to try to change that. We're just when they play well, we'll give them praise. When they play bad, we're gonna be critical. Like this is like how it should be. But,
yeah, lucky Justin, classy guy. Take your ass down the street, let him fuck your head up. Think I care? Huh? Think I give a fuck? You either gonna watch the show and be in the chat, or you gonna sneak and watch the show. I don't give a fuck. Make me don't never mind.
Hey,
Your bitch ass the fuck on.
Because what's crazy is like nobody watched the show, but then they know everything you say on the show.
Yeah, I fucking know everything.
Whew, I've had a couple tweets, huh? Carl, $5. Appreciate you for all my deformed
Thank you,
freaks out
Carl.
there. Holla if you hear me.
Shout out to the big bad booty
Steiner.
daddy. Rest in peace to the big bad booty daddy, David Grip. Oh, boom, shakalaka.
Authentic Do, new member, man. Appreciate you. Authentic
Appreciate you,
Do.
bro.
Welcome home, brother.
Welcome
home. Super Dumars Diddy.
Shout out to DJ Trial Game.
He's becoming a top 3, top 5 fan.
Somebody's got a Jill.
Huh?
See,
somebody's got a Jill.
What you mean?
Y'all just said welcome home. Who free?
Oh no, I'm talking about that's how we do.
That's crazy.
Ted Marshall, $5.
Oh, all right.
Damn, don't believe your eyes, believe the lies. No,
Ted Marshall,
institutionalized, man. About to say.
Ted Marshall, $5 super chat.
I don't know, dog. I just feel like it's like Joe Dumars look like he's supposed to have a walkie-talkie in his hand, bro. Like he don't look like he's supposed to be clearing the halls after lunch or some shit. Like, hold on. Yeah, look, somebody uploaded this. Look at this guy, man. Wait, hold on. She. Like, come on, man. Like,
can we?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I got like legit tears. Goodbye. $5 super chat from Ted.
Dog.
Don't believe your eyes, believe the lies. Don't believe your eyes, believe the lies. Ashland Healthcare, appreciate you, bro.
Crochet.
How is Joe going to talk to Zion about diet and nutrition?
Hey,
Lito?
Oh man.
Lito.
Oh man. I tell y'all, Joe, like, yeah, I used to walk from work from Manhattan every day. I was on 20th floor. I took this. Stop lying to me.
New member alert.
New
member alert.
Crochet.
Jalen Crochet.
What's up, Jalen?
Oh man.
Welcome home, brother.
New YouTube member.
Welcome home, brother. Welcome home.
Welcome home, brother.
Chris, why you sound like you sell bean pies?
Brandon, well, y'all get credentials.
Brandon, no. That's over. That's okay.
Hey, you need
Chung,
pair of knee pads for them credentials, boy. I ain't talking about what nobody was doing. I'm just saying.
What the question was?
The question was, what y'all get y'all credentials back? I was like, hey.
Nah, we straight, dog.
Nah, I'm cool. Yeah.
We talked about it as a family. We decided we was out.
What did Yana say? Not on my watch.
No Malik Beasley shimmy this
Trey, Willie was there.
Yeah.
Willie was there.
He had a cheap suit too. Cheap
Co. No, we got to figure it out, Co.
You can only do it on the desktop, Co.
What do you do?
Bro, like, that'd be like 30 memberships.
Tennessee said, what if Joe and Zion go on a weight loss journey together?
That's crazy.
Hey, smash the like button. How many likes we at? Can someone update me on that? How many likes we got?
It was crazy that they didn't have any. Tennessee was in the Pelicans live. I saw he shouted out 5, I believe. But we got 145 likes. I mean, they got some haters in this motherfucker. Them hoes don't like that. But generally though, I think we all going into the situation with an open spirit. And of course we want Joe Dumars to succeed. I think it's more about the ownership. You know, we talking about Joe, but again, Joe is just a surrogate for all of the bullshit that's happening. He's just the face of the situation at this point because we don't hear from Plantation Gale. But even yet and still, it's just the optics. It's poor. She's clearly, the word is getting back to her because they are trying to like defend themselves. Like, you know, this decision wasn't made in haste, and I've afforded Joe every resource that I have, et cetera, et cetera. But it's like, beat it, lady.
Yeah, That's well said. Yeah, AL, appreciate you. I rock with y'all boys, but I think Joe's going to be great.
We hope so.
We're just breaking down the press conference. What lies, what isn't lies. We're trying to help y'all out. We're telling the truth here. Okay, that's what we're doing. Appreciate you.
Gail got that fake ass. Shout out to Sam, gifted 5 memberships. Corey, come on, Corey. I know you got one of them. Shout out to Sam, man. Our brother Sam.
Appreciate you,
Appreciate you, brother. Dom said, got that fake ass.
Hour 45, 228.
After
what?
Go ahead, Chris.
Go ahead.
After they gift the memberships, how do you get them? They just randomly just.
I think just randomly go.
I don't know. How do you like?
Oh, okay.
Corey said he still ain't get one. God damn.
Yeah, cool.
God damn. All right. Hour 45. Do y'all want to keep going? Pause. Do y'all want to keep going? Or I said pause.
They say
I can say whatever I want.
Oh shit. Zion put out a statement.
What?
Excuse me?
Yeah. Say
come on, Chad.
Joe comes from a great organization, great team, played with some legends, Hall of Famers. Had to have him here, listen to him. Couldn't ask for more. I'm bought in. Hey. Y'all know Zion do that a lot now. Like, I don't know. Maybe this shit all needs
mannerisms and we got suits. Smash the like button. We'll see y'all. We'll be back live Sunday night. Enjoy y'all's week. If anything breaks, we'll obviously be live. Hit the bell notification so we go live. Subscribe to the channel. Yeah. Smash the like button. Happy birthday, 5.
Happy birthday, 5. We're about to get a 7-year Willie Green extension. I'm gonna be mad.
Oh God.
I'm done.
Shout out Grubb. Shout out all the fans.
Shout out to everybody, man.
Shout out. Later.
You